Okay, folks, welcome back. My name is Marvin LeBlanc. As some of you know, I'm the founder of Marvelous Performance Systems, and basically since the late 70s, that's exactly what I've been obsessed with, is marvelous performance. And specifically, what's coming up is a sales performance class called Come Hell or High Selling for insurance agency owners, multi-line insurance team members, and multi-line insurance associates. So this is specifically answering some questions that have come in about that. Well, first of all, let's talk about today's topic. The overview is about the closing step. Now, there's been 4 or 5 previous videos. You can find them. Just go to youtube.com/Marvin LeBlanc. They're posted there. And what I've done for the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've covered what we're going to be covering in each of the 5 steps to the sale. The 5th step of the sale is today's conversation about the closing. Now, there's as many definitions about what closing is as there probably are people that are in the selling profession. So basically, I simplified it down to nothing more. This is my definition of the process of sales and selling. It is nothing more and nothing less than a logical conclusion to an organized conversation. You might want to write that down. Sales, the sales talk, the sales conversation is nothing more than the logical conclusion to an organized conversation, sales conversation. So what are we talking about? Well, earlier we talked about opening with pleasantries to find out a little bit about the individuals. We then went into an attention step. What is the attention step? That's all going to be covered in the class. The second step in the sale, a very important step, is the interest step. And it is in the interest step that you have to be spot on with your interest-bearing questions, because that's going to be a key in your final conversation as it relates to delivering a product or service. What we also want to realize about the closing step is no final decision is made for a purchase of a product or a service until the client has moved through the first 4 steps in the sale. That's right. Whatever you're purchasing, whether you're purchasing online, whether you are purchasing at a big box retail, all of us go through the 4 steps in the sales process before we get to the final step that gets so much attention. The final step is the closing step. Well, Marvin, one of the answers that I have for you is many people have asked, well, what's going to be involved in the online course in reference to the closing step? First of all, we're going to pull together all 5 of the steps so that you can actually see what the steps are, what to do in each of the steps, and learn where you are in the sales process. So many people, young sales professionals and old alike, are often lost. And whenever I ask them, well, where do they think they are in the process on the sales continuum, they got no clue. Most people are just winging it. Most people think that their personality is going to overwhelm them. What they haven't done nearly enough of is actually study both the art and the science of selling. So that's what this course is about. If you have been frustrated in your selling process, if you are new to the selling profession, then this is a place for you. Also, we're going to spend a good bit of time on how to receive a referral. Some people don't use the word referral, they use the word introductions. So how can we receive referrals and introductions? In my particular case, you see right here, I have this yellow pad, and most of the times I've got 2 or 3 sheets of yellow pads filled out ahead of time with individuals that either have been introduced to me or in the process of being introduced to me. And so as a result, I don't have to spend all my time prospecting. I spend most of my time teaching insurance concepts. What about you? How about this topic? How to set the appointment? Well, Marvin, I do okay. Well, okay. How's that working for you? Are you very, very satisfied with the actual words to use when setting an appointment? Or do you feel like, hey, I'd be open to a couple of new ideas on how to set the appointment and what to say in that word track? If that's you, then you might also want to simply reach out to me at Marvin LeBlanc. The email address is marvinleblancspeaker@gmail.com. That's marvinleblancspeaker@gmail.com. Just send me a note with your phone number and say, Marvin, give me a call. I just want to hang out with you for a little while to see if this is going to be right either for myself or right for my team members that are also trying to grow their sales performance. The other challenge that I see a lot of people asking me, well, I don't know when to follow up with the person. Here's the situation, Marvin. This is what we've covered so far. When would you follow up again? Well, what that's giving me is a red light as to the fact that the proper training hasn't been put in place for you to understand that when the client says one thing, you already know what the next follow-up strategy is. And so we're going to be covering follow-up strategies. A huge one that lots of people don't want to talk about, but it's the big elephant in the room, and that is, okay, Marvin, I can keep a good attitude when things are going my way. Do you have any specific strategies, maybe a model on how I can maintain my attitude? Because, Marvin, sometimes I'm just feeling like the rolling Mississippi River. You know, I'm up and down with my attitude. So we're going to cover that as well. And the other thing that I've thrown in, I've just decided to throw it in to the value of the course, is to assist you with an idea, a strategy that, quite frankly, I stumbled across in 2007. It helped me double my revenue, and I'm going to share that with you. It will also take a lot of headaches off of you, from the standpoint that if you're responsible with training your people, then you don't want to miss this particular strategy that I'll be covering, as far as how does this strategy work day to day in your office to help me double my revenue and not have to see twice as many people. So if any of that is of interest to you, or if you have a friend or neighbor, co-worker that is an insurance agency owner, manager, team member, associate, many different titles across many different multi-line insurance companies, then have them reach out to my toll-free number, and that's 855-787-9669. And we'll be glad to work with you, answer all of your questions. Have a great day. I hope this has been helpful to you.